Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. We've got something from Winmau for you today. We've got the Dennis Priestley Diamond 3-0 for his 30th anniversary. Love some of the Priestley darts. They've kept their shape for years and they're very identifiable. These don't look any different. What I'm looking forward to doing is having a throw, but what I think we'll do is head on over to the table, we'll get them out and we'll have a closer look. So we are over at the table with the Winmau Dennis Priestley Diamond 3-0 darts. Bit of a mouthful, but I can see why they're calling it that, looking at the darts through the window. We've got a picture there of Dennis Priestley with the sort of like red and black Dennis the Menace type pattern in behind. We got the 22 gram, a little window there showing the stems, Winmau written down here, 90% tungsten, and you've got like this rivet pattern around the window showing the barrels and point holder. Over on the back, have a little bit of write up here about Dennis himself, and we get told about the barrel, and it's 90% tungsten, it's precision engineered, control balanced grip, and they are match weighted to 0.05 grams. Windmill down here and some safety information and the barcode. Let's get the darts out so we can look. So we got this EVA foam insert that Windmill like to use, holds everything into place. You've got the Windmill sort of like burnt in or cut it in logo. Flights held in up here, you've got the vector stems held down the bottom, and obviously the three barrels in a Windmill point holder. Let's get one of the darts out so we can have a look. We have a really sharp pointed black coated point. I do like the black coating, adds a little bit more grip going into the board. Then we have a tapered conical nose, quite a long and shallow sort of taper there, before going into the main sort of like diamond coated grip section, where we have 4 wide rings with 5 quite deep but narrow grooves. The diamond coating on there is quite rough. I can feel that really easily on my finger and thumb, and you've got that push point because of that taper down to the parallel section as well. At the midpoint we have a grey ring there, standard width as in the front, but then we have a black inlaid groove that's slightly wider than the front ones, and then we have this almost, I suppose you class it as a twin ring, separated with this red groove, and then that repeats there. So we've got 2 of those sections, and then we have the smooth section with the etched in Windmill logo and the Priestley logo as well. That's like the trophy. Overall, the dart feels quite nice. It's a front weighted dart, got a nice rough push point there, and then you've got a standard sort of ring grip that's slightly smoother here at the back. Feels quite nicely balanced at the front. I reckon that will dip quite nicely into the board. Measurements for this, obviously we've got the 22 grams, so they are 7.55 millimeters here at the widest section, and it is only 48.3 millimeters in length. The actual back section actually looks quite thin compared to the front, so definitely a definitely area to get a decent grip if you do like thinner darts as well. But the taper is going to add a lot of room to get tight grouping when you get them into that treble. What I think we'll do is we'll get some flights and stems on these, and we'll head on over to the board and we'll have a throw. So we're over in the dart room with the Winmau Dennis Priestley 3-0 darts. Very in keeping with his darts, same shape, grip pattern, but we've got that extra coating on there. As you can see on the screen, we've got a couple of sets up there. They're very similar. Definitely adding a lot more grip to his area on a push point as well. So it's going to be interesting how I throw them. I'm going to have a couple of throws just so I can get used to them, and then we'll go into our practice routine. So let's see how we get on. We're getting a little bit of a wobble, only 41. I'm having to correct slightly because these are really front weighted. So they sort of like dive down into the board with my throw. There we go, that's a bit better. Nice steady ton, we like a good ton. Well, making the correction on the fly worked out for me. A little bit of a wobble through the air, but changing the setup would definitely help with that. So yeah, let's go into our 201 practice routine. Game on. Oh, a little bit wide on that one. 83. Left ourselves 118. And in 3. There we go. Couldn't quite see past the flight. Still getting a bit of a wobble through the air. Like I said, changing the setup would definitely correct that. Very front weighted dart with that big bulbous like bomb shape at the front. Dips into the board. So if you like a front weighted dart, or you hold at the front of the dart where you've got that push point, these could be absolutely ideal for you. But yeah, let's have a final thought. Well, I was more than happy to have a ton plus finish. With the way they wobbled through the air, I didn't think I was going to do great with them, but in the end, the shape and everything dipped into the ball quite nicely. You got that bulbous front, which was really cool, front weighted dart. If you're a front gripper or slight mid gripper, these could be absolutely ideal, giving you a push point, especially with that rough diamond coating. Grip rating, I'm only going to give it a 1.5 because where I was holding, I was just on that standard sort of ring grip at the back, which is extra wide and felt quite smooth, but I just got enough grip that I had to add just that little bit extra. The weights that this come in is 19, 22 and 24. Obviously the lighter one is there because of Priestley himself, but there's still a range, so whether you like a light or slightly heavier dart, there's something for everyone and plenty of different grip areas with that push point and that really thin back area with the ring grip. Price point for this, it's a 90% tungsten dart. It is £79.95. Obviously, it's going to cost a bit extra with that diamond coating. It's a 30th anniversary player's dart, and it's a 90% tungsten as well. So that's all in keeping with the rough sort of price range of what everything is now anyway. If you've got any questions, or maybe you've got a set of these or anything, head on down into the comment section and let us know. If you have got a set, it'd be really fantastic to let people know what you think as well, so they get different points of view. Make sure you head on over to dartsreviews.tv and dartsplanet.tv. Whether you've got 5 minutes or half an hour, there's something for everyone. Make sure you tick subscribe and tick the notification bell. We've got lots of stuff coming up in the future, not just darts, but we do other things as well. There could even be a giveaway or two. And make sure you check out Superfans. There's some fantastic bargains to be had with discounts, giveaways and all sorts. And as always, come back, check us out again soon. Bye.